Oh, we're back, and I'm gonna start off by saying something that will surprise absolutely nobody. Can you guess what it is? Go on, I will give you a second. No, it's not that, although you're right. Everyone knew that would be a big cynical pile of crap. I mean, Tom Holland as Drake and Mark Wahlberg as Sully? Get out of here with that. No. But what I wanted to say is that The Tragedy of Macbeth is a spectacular film. In fact, I think you could call it the anti-Uncharted. It's probably the least cynical thing ever, as opposed to the most. Like, let's break it down, right? It's an abstract, black and white, narrow aspect ratio version of Shakespeare made by one of the greatest directors of all time for under $1 million. It might be literally impossible to find something more diametrically opposed to this. Okay, Jimmy, get it off the screen. Get that crap off the screen. Put something nice up there. Oh, that's better. Okay, fantastic. I'm feeling ready to go. Let's switch over to positivity mode. Positivity mode engaged. Let's do this. The Tragedy of Macbeth is sensationally good, both as a film unto itself and as an adaptation of one of my favorite Shakespeare plays. Now, I'm not a Shakespeare scholar by any means. I studied him in college, but more recently I've just seen a lot of his cinematic incarnations. Specifically Macbeth, actually. I've seen 3 versions of it, I think, in the last year. We did 1957's Throne of Blood by Kurosawa, the 1948 Macbeth by Orson Welles, and of course, the 2015 Justin Kurzel adaptation with Michael Fassbender, which we actually did one of our very first podcast episodes on. I will link that below and you can hear my terrible jokes. I'm not going to say which is best because I don't like value judgments like that in situations like this. They're all of really great value and they approach the material in different ways. But what I can say is that as a fan of cinema and a fan of Shakespeare, I could not have been happier with what Joel Coen and his amazing cast and crew have done with this movie. So first off, point number 1, this movie is gorgeous. The sets, photography, and even framing lend it an aura of artifice, of brutal, dreamlike unreality. Even the choice of aspect ratio plays a bigger part here than you might expect. Like, take a Wes Anderson film, right? Like The Grand Budapest Hotel. In that movie, a narrow aspect ratio can add to the whimsy, the storybook nature of the material. Here it has a different effect. It makes the world feel claustrophobic. But it also emphasizes the performances, which are the focal point. Even the sets emphasize this fact. They're utilitarian, simple, and Spartan in their level of detailing, and yet they manage to be ridiculously evocative in their use of symmetry and shadow. And I feel like I need to say those 2 words again because they're as big a part of this film as the actors. Symmetry and shadow. The cinematography here is breathtaking. But we cannot diminish the performances here. Denzel is tremendous as Macbeth. He's power mad and sliding ever deeper into that brutal dementia, accosted by visions. And I dare say Frances McDormand is even better as Lady Macbeth, as the horror of her ambitions turn against her and send her into a deeper, different kind of madness. The secret winner of this movie, though, is this guy. His name is Alex Hassell. Hassell. I'm gonna go with Hassell. And he plays Ross. Pay attention to this character, because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but he might be the key to unlocking the hidden secrets of this film. And it's a really interesting performance as well. And that brings me nicely to my last point for this review. As somebody whose training and degrees are in literature, I think the best thing an adaptation can do is to take the source material and transform it into a new text, worthy of assimilation, exploration, and explication. And this is Joel Coen's real triumph. This film is a complex literary text, and one that you could write lengthy essays about. And people will. They absolutely will. I look forward to the array of interpretive video essays from talented YouTubers that will undoubtedly be made, especially about this guy. And I didn't even mention the Weird Sisters. Oh my lord. Well, they're awesome. They're one of the best interpretations I've ever seen. Here's an image. You like that? Here's another. Alright, that's probably good. And that's the tragedy of Macbeth, folks. It is phenomenal. Unless you're somebody who just isn't interested in or can't translate Shakespearean dialogue, which I understand. You know, I'm not going to look down on that. It's tough. But for everyone else, this is a movie you shouldn't miss. You can go ahead and miss this one. Nobody should see that. But Macbeth, nah babies, this is a winner. And no, I do not care how pretentious I sound. I really don't. A real film made by a real filmmaker deserves your time and attention more than a cynical cash grab. I will happily die upon that hill. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.